You are listening to the Life Coach Business Podcast with Amanda Carlstad, episode number 164. Welcome to the Life Coach Business Podcast, a show for coaches who are ready to up-level their business and take their impact, leadership, and results to a whole new level. If you're ready to start taking powerful action and become the leader your business needs in order to grow and thrive, this show is for you. I'm your host, Amanda Carlstad, certified life and business coach and entrepreneurial leadership expert. Now let's get down to business. Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's show. So glad to have you here. Today, I am bringing you an episode that I released a while back, and I decided to bring it back to all of you today because it's something that I've been reflecting on recently, and it's one of the lessons that I have learned this year, that I have learned in 2022 as I reflect on my year. And over the last couple of weeks, as I've been looking deeply at the lessons that I have learned this year, and one of those lessons that has really come up that is still relevant and that has been so impactful for me, even this year in 2022, is the power of coaching. Now, I know all of you listening are coaches and you're serving your clients in all different types of capacities, whether that be in relationships or in health or in wealth, whatever your niche is. One of the things that I will tell you has been a non-negotiable for me, and that has been a huge part of my success, has been my dedication and my commitment to doing my own work. And what I mean by that is by being coached, is experiencing coaching and participating in coaching throughout my journey. So one of the things that I've been very intentional about is to always put myself in an environment of transformation. And over time, I will tell you that it looks slightly different depending on my needs, depending on what I personally needed at the time, depending on what my business needs were. But one of the things that has remained the same is being in a container, working with a coach is something that I've always committed myself to. And the reason that I've committed myself to this is that long ago, when I first started out, when I started my business, I realized that in order for me to build the business that I wanted, in order for me to step into my greatness, in order for me to serve in the way that I believe that I'm here to serve, in order for me to be the most exceptional coach for my clients and to do the work in the world that I'm here to do, it became very clear to me that it was going to require support. It was going to require support even as I was starting out. So fast forward today to where I'm in the process of scaling $1 million business. When I look back on my journey, I can say that 100% without a doubt that the reason I've experienced the level of growth that I've experienced in the amount of time that I've experienced this is because I've been willing to be all in, because I've been willing to invest in myself, invest in my business, even when on paper, it might not have made sense. But because I was willing to bet on myself, because I was willing to bet on my dreams, it's because of that willingness, it's because of that commitment and my coachability that I've demonstrated over these past few years, why I'm in the position I'm in today. So I want to offer to all of you listening that no matter where you're at in your journey, I promise you that wherever that's at, there is a next level for you. I promise you that you do have blind spots that right now you're not seeing. I promise you that even if you think that you know what to do or that you've got it, while on some level that may be true, I will tell you there's a whole other level that right now you're not aware of. So I want to encourage all of you listening today to really open yourself up to the power of coaching. Open yourself to what might be possible for you if you really decide to go all in, if you really put yourself in an environment to be coached at a high level. For me, this has been one of the most important aspects to my success. And I've also observed this with every one of my clients. So my message to all of you today is to not underestimate the power of coaching. And if you're a coach, I do believe that one of your responsibilities as a coach is to also be in the process of being coached, to be working on yourself, to be working on your business so that you can serve at your highest level. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I've been thinking a lot about recently. And not only have I been thinking a lot about it, but I've also been having a lot of conversations about it with both clients and also potential clients that I've been talking to. And I want to have a conversation with you today about it. And that is the power of coaching. So my inspiration for today's episode came from, as I mentioned, some recent conversations that I've been having with some newer coaches that are in the process of launching their businesses. So over the past couple of weeks, I've had the pleasure of speaking with several new coaches who are in that process. And most of you know that I work with two types of coaches that are launching their businesses and coaches that have been in the game for a while and are looking to scale. And I have specific programs for each depending on where they're at in their business. And I noticed that as I was having so many of these conversations these past few weeks with coaches that are in the process of launching their businesses, they've just either finished a certification program or many of them are also close to finishing a certification program, is that many of them ask me, what are some of the most important things that I think they need to know right now? And what I've shared with all of them in some fashion is how important it is for you as you're launching or growing or scaling your business to be in the process of transformation yourself. And here's what I mean by that. Very simply, it's the importance of you experiencing transformation in your own life. It's living in a state of your own transformation. And in most cases, that means being engaged in or being in an environment where you're getting coached, where you're working with a coach yourself that's able to see the things that you can't see, that's able to help you break through what it is that you can't break through yourself. And the reason for this is because as humans, our perceptions are always limited. So I want you to think about this for a minute because it's natural for all of us that our own perceptions are only going to allow us to see only as far as our current belief systems, only as far as our current level of awareness and our current levels of understanding. And what I want to share with you all today is that 100% without a doubt, it wasn't until I really started to understand this for myself, that is when things really started to shift in my own business. So today I want to talk to you all about the power of coaching and the impact that it can make in your business. And one of the things that I know to be true from my own experience and from the experience of my clients is the immense value of coaching, the immense value of being coached at a high level as you're in this journey. So I want to talk for a minute about why this is so important. So first and foremost, as I've mentioned before, I believe the process of building a business is a spiritual journey. And I believe it's a spiritual journey because as you work to grow and scale your business, it's going to also require that you evolve. You will be required to evolve to new and deeper levels of yourself that for most of us, quite honestly, we haven't yet uncovered. And it's almost like the old saying, if you think for a moment, what got you here won't get you there. It's very, very true. Because the version of you that got you to where you are today is not going to get you to where you want to go. And so if you're like most of my clients, you've probably gotten what looks to be a pretty good spot on paper. You've probably earned some degrees. You've probably done some cool things in your life. You've probably reached a certain point in your career and in your finances that things look pretty good on paper, at least on the surface level. And all of that is great. And I find that for my clients, reaching those levels so far in your life, that actually is really powerful in helping you build your own business. Because in order to have built the life that you have so far, it did require a certain level of effort and discipline, a certain level of decision making, a certain level of maturity, a certain level of being able to overcome some adversity in your life, a certain level of personal and professional growth. And so I see in more cases than not that while I don't always believe our experience is always relevant to what we're doing in the moment, it does help you prepare for this spiritual journey, of entrepreneurship. But there comes a point, and usually this is pretty early on in the process, where it's going to require more of you. It's going to require you to think on new and different levels and open up and become educated on things that are outside of your current level of awareness. And the reason for that is because in order to build a business that doesn't exist yet, and I want you to think about this, it's almost like we're birthing a business. It's going to require that you think differently in some ways. It's going to require that you elevate your mindset, that you elevate your own level of being so that you can rise to match the level of what it is you're trying to build with your business. So this is why not only is it important, yes, to have a solid strategy on how you're going to do that, but it's also even more important to be growing and developing yourself through this process, through your own internal work, through working with someone else, which I believe the most effective way to do it is by working with the coach, with someone who has walked the journey before you. There is such power in having that perspective. There's power in having that person in your corner who is invested in your growth, who's invested in your success, who has a true desire to help you be as successful as you want to be. And I really believe that it's essential if you want to grow and scale a highly successful business. And so for me, I know that for me, it's a non-negotiable. I will never not have a coach. I know for me that the investments that I've made in my own coaching are 100% responsible for helping me to accelerate the growth of my business. It's that important. So I really want to offer to you all today, I know especially when you're starting out, the idea of investing in a coach or a program a lot of times can feel like a big stretch. And I know this because I've been there. But what I want you all to take away from this conversation is that your business growth will be in direct proportion to your own level of growth. Because in order to grow a business, you must first grow the leader of that business. And as the leader of your business, you are the captain of your own ship. You are the one that needs to call the shots. You are the one that needs to direct your own course of growth. You are fully responsible for the level of results that you have. And in my experience, that can only happen when you are taking full responsibility for your business and for yourself and engaging yourself in a program or working with a coach that can help you get there. And in fact, I believe that investing in your own growth through coaching is the responsible choice. I believe that if you're a coach yourself and you want to sell coaching, that you absolutely 100% must also be a product. You must also be a great coaching client yourself if you intend to sell your own coaching services. Because nothing will replace the experience of having those deep transformations. Nothing will replace being able to speak with conviction to your prospective clients about the power of coaching. So I want you to think about that for a moment. Think about how you've been showing up in this area of your business. Are you really living in a state of transformation? Are you really putting yourself fully in the game? Or are you being a bit apprehensive? Are you only putting one foot in and expecting different results? Think for a moment about the best athletes that you know. Did they get to where they are without working with a coach? The answer in every case is no. Any great athlete, professional or otherwise, at some point started and continued and does work with a coach. Because behind the best athletes are the best coaches. And it's the same in business. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that if you want to grow and scale a highly successful coaching business, one that you know is possible for you, it's going to require you to be all in. It's going to require you to have both feet in the game, ready to play, with the help of a coach. And so I want to leave you all with this. I want to leave you with sharing some ways that I have experienced the power of coaching in my own life and in my own business, so you can get a sense from my perspective and from my experience, the true power of coaching. So let me share some of the impacts that coaching has had in my life and in my business, in my own level of transformation that has allowed me to build my business to where it's at today. And that will allow me to scale my business to where I'm taking things over the course of the next 12 to 18 months. So number one, coaching has allowed me, it has absolutely taught me how to think as a multi-figure entrepreneur. And by being able to think like a multi-figure entrepreneur, I've been able to make hugely important decisions in my life, hugely important decisions in my business that have literally impacted the trajectory of my business, and that is impacting right now the trajectory of my life. Coaching has allowed me to understand the journey on a whole new level, and it's prepared me to fully guide others on their own journey. Through coaching, I've learned not only how to cultivate a mindset that's in line with the results that I want, I've also learned and educated myself about the external strategies that need to be implemented in order to build a proper foundation in my business. One that has allowed me to grow my business very quickly, and one that is currently allowing me to scale my business to a level that at one point only seemed like a dream. And now that dream is becoming real. Coaching has taught me the power of taking full responsibility, of taking full ownership in my business and keeping the power within myself. And there's huge, huge power in that. Coaching has taught me the power of living in transformation, the power of experiencing breakthroughs in my own business that are life lessons that are helping me to now impart this lesson on others. Coaching has taught me how to stand in my power, how to not give my power away to others or to things outside of myself. It's taught me how to stay in full center with myself. Coaching has also taught me about possibility and human potential, which I believe is my greatest work in the world, is helping my clients, helping others to reach their potential through the vehicle of entrepreneurship. Coaching has also taught me that it really is about the journey. It's taught me it's not about the destination. And it's taught me that it really is about who we become in this process. And lastly, coaching has taught me to expand myself, to expand my level of thinking in ways that are providing experiences in my life and in my business that I never would have had before. The opportunity to create a business that operates in a virtual capacity from the comfort of my home, that allows me full flexibility to fully be who I want to be in this world, to make an impact that I never would have considered otherwise. to be more present with my family and to create a future that is bigger than I could have imagined, and to understand exactly how to do it. That is the power of coaching, my friends. So my hope is that for all of you, wherever you are in this journey, my hope is to help you shortcut the process as much as possible. My hope is to inspire you to start living in your own transformation and to start taking full responsibility for your business and for your results. And part of the way you do that is by fully putting yourself in the game, not tiptoeing into it, but fully putting yourself on the court. All right. I'll talk to you all again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, if you're ready for a real breakthrough in your business and want to grow and scale your business to at least 6 figures or more in annual revenue, I invite you to apply for my exclusive program, The Mastermind, at amandacarlstad.coaching.com/the-mastermind. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Life Coach Business Podcast. If you want to learn more about how to build, grow, and scale your business and accelerate your results, visit amandacarlstadcoaching.com.